Hey guys, hope you're doing well today and you've had a great day. Today I would like to talk about true wisdom is not knowing anything. And with that one, just to kind of give you a better understanding of what this is I'm gonna be talking about today, I would like to get into the quote of the day. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. And today I would like to get on this subject because I was watching a Netflix video about a physicist and a biologist talking about their specialized trade, and when they really started getting down deep into it, especially about the part about dark matter, they started saying that they really don't know anything. After all this time, after all this study, since the beginning of time, there's so many things that are haven't been figured out. A lot of it's theory to this point, and it really started getting me thinking about how many times in my life when I thought that I knew everything, that I was so puffed up in myself that I thought that, oh, I know what I'm doing and my life's going so well, and all of a sudden there's days like the last couple days I sit back and look on the opposite side of that spectrum and I say, I really don't know anything. And that's not to say that I'm stupid. I believe that I'm stupid, or I'm not intelligent, or I don't have wisdom, or I don't understand things. It's more the bigger picture of things. And when you're watching this video, think of this in a bigger picture scenario. And when I say that is when I sit back and I think I got figured out, how many times I get humble and I figured out, and I sit there and I think, man, the more I think I know, or if I set this goal and I do this A, B, C, that this is going to be the end result. But how many times that's happened in my life that I realize when I do those things, at the very end of it, I thought I would have the answers. I thought I could figure out the answers. But in reality, true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. And just to put that in perspective is, we are just a small dot here on Earth. If you were out in outer space or orbiting the atmosphere and you look down, you can't see humans. You can see landmass and water. And if you really think about that, that's amazing. When you're in a huge arena with hundreds of thousands of people, you can see each other. But in the big picture of it, the universe is infinite. There's billions and trillions of stars, billions of galaxies. There's heaven and earth. There's things that they say that we can never even fathom actually how big everything is. And I've really been thinking about that. The more that I know, or the more that I think I got figured out, the less I know. I realize that I don't know anything. This is all, it's so much bigger than me, and we always think that we know everything. And even with these videos, I'd like to just say I do these videos not because I know everything. By far, I'm the first person to say that I know absolutely nothing. I do these videos more of to motivate people, to give you my perspective. It's not that I know anything or on these subjects. I'm just giving you what I've learned, my experiences, my ups and downs, my struggles, where I was at in life. And I'm only 34 years old. I definitely don't have it figured out, but I do these videos not to say that I know everything, or hey, I'm so intelligent, let me be this guru or some type of god, because I hope nobody actually thinks that, because in reality, like I said, I'm the number one person to say that I know absolutely nothing. I do these videos to hopefully bring joy to somebody's day. To maybe somebody's going through something and they can take a piece of this, or even if it's watching this video and you're laughing at me and smiling, saying, who is this goofball? Even if that made you smile, just saying how goofy or how foolish I look on these videos, I do it just for that. Just maybe it just brightens up your day and you can smile. But I just really want to let everybody know with all these videos, it's not about me having the answers or being this guru, and that's definitely not it. This is more of I talk a lot about a lot of these things because that's what I'm going through. I'm relating and talking to you because this is what I'm going through, and I want to be open and honest with you and talk about these things. And even today about a video saying that I know absolutely nothing, because I've had this feeling lately that the world is just so big and I'm just playing this part in it, and then also not knowing it, because I think a lot of people, once you become successful, or you have a lot of money, or you become a subject expert in a certain field, you think you know everything. And I think that's crazy, because in reality we really don't know anything. And this is for the also humble people that may be watching this as well. But for me especially is when I go through, I set goals. I think if I do certain steps that that I'm gonna figure out an answer. And everything that I've done, when I get and I really dive deep and I kind of go down a rabbit hole, as you would say, and I start to learn, the more and more I learn, where most people would say, oh, I'm getting a lot smarter, I'm getting a lot more intelligent, I know this in and out. For me, as I dive deeper in this stuff and I think I know everything, I get to a point and I start scratching my head and say, wow, after years of study or years of research, and at the end of it, I've figured out that I really don't know anything. The more I think that I know, the less I know. And as in that quote, it says, I believe that's true wisdom, is when we can get to a place where we're so humbled and we know that we know nothing. There's so much more out there in the universe and every day. And I think society says that you go to high school, at 18 you graduate, you go to college, you start a family, you buy a house, you get in a career, and that's how life's supposed to go. And in that case, I'm kind of complete opposite. I like to take my own course in life. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but for me, I kind of go at my own pace, at my own tune, at my own music, as you would say. And I do things differently, because I think a lot of times in society they put you in this box, and I like thinking outside the box. But to think outside the box, you got to realize that you know absolutely nothing. And for me, I've had to come to a point where I kind of submit to a certain point and realize that I don't know everything, and I never will, because it's so vast. But for me, I think that's true wisdom. And this is definitely different than I usually do with the motivational talks, but for some reason this was on my mind today, and I kind of wanted to dive into it because it really stuck with me about that dark matter and how large everything is that in society we think that we have everything figured out, or we know what's going on. I think a lot of times on the internet and through technology we understand what's happening and what's going on, but we have no clue. It's so far beyond what one human mind can actually break down and understand. It's so infinite. So we just have to get in a position where we have to humble ourselves and know that we don't know everything, and just strive to be our best with everything that we do. So kind of a different talk today, but this is just something that was on my mind, so I figured I would share it with you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will talk with you guys soon.